What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Back at it again with another banger, my friends. Y'all know the vibes. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So there was a moment where things were looking very, very bleak for LSU, man, throughout this contest against Texas. And really the big takeaway, regardless of them losing the game, the seeding is going to be the same. They're probably going to be a third seed. They're still going to be hosting games. Regardless of the fact, though, Aneesah Morrow went down with an injury. We weren't sure initially how bad it was, but down two of their big three? Flau'Jae's been out the entire SEC tournament. Then Aneesah Morrow goes down with a foot injury. It was looking very, very bleak. LSU was looking cooked for a moment.
Coach, do you have an update on Aneesah? How's she doing?
Yeah, I just talked to the doctor. Was it maybe the last Texas game? She got stepped on and they put her in a boot because it was bruised. She re-aggravated. This is the medical term I got. She just re-aggravated a mid-foot sprain. She was wearing a boot last week. She'll wear a boot now, but, she's good to go. It's my understanding. I'm not surprised. She's fighting them to get back in the game, and they're like, oh, no, we got bigger fish to fry. No. But that's Ncaa.
Over here on the right. Coach, I was going to ask you the same question, but you have an idea if she'll be ready for the tournament?
She can go.
She can go for the tournament?
She can go for the tournament. She was ready to come back out there, and the doctors, no, why would you go out there? Win or lose, we got playoffs hosting, but no. And Flau'Jae will be back. Everything's good. I know the NCAA sits there and, they don't have we have everybody.
Great news. Incredible news, man. It like when you saw her getting helped off the court, it looked extremely bad. It looked bad. And it was like one of those like kind of non-contact almost injuries where, just like a freak accident, 1 out of a million shot happening. And we avoided that. And by we, I mean all the fans across the country that want to see LSU at full strength, that want to see Aneesah Morrow at full strength and get it in with her farewell tour out of women's college hoops. So big news. She will be back for the NCAA tournament. They have bigger fish to fry than the SEC tournament. Full strength LSU is a dangerous team. I will say that. Full strength LSU is a dangerous team. And to be honest, man, they have nothing to hang their heads about after this game against Texas. It was Madison Booker versus everybody, her own teammates and LSU. She was the only bright spot of a disaster of a game. It was a defensive struggle. It was boring at times, and it lacked offensive firepower and punch. Just two bad shooting teams tonight. Not saying that's how it always is, but tonight, two bad shooting teams. LSU, rightfully so. Michaela Williams, your leading scorer at this point without Aneesah Morrow, without Flau'Jae, like your go-to player. Your number one scoring options battling foul trouble. You're without Aneesah Morrow. Kaylin Gilbert refuses to pass that rock on the fast break, but she stayed aggressive, shot terrible, but got to the free throw line. Some other players, I think Jada Richard, for one, definitely shows she needs more minutes tonight. Being able to just create offense for herself is a major key for this team coming off the bench. She definitely needs more minutes. I think she proved that tonight. Last Terpoa got the start tonight. It was a different lineup that we hadn't seen, man. LSU, it felt like is running out of bodies at some point. Like, it's getting very, very scarce. But big news, because they're not doing anything without Aneesah Morrow or Flau'Jae Johnson. So big news that they both will be back in action for the NCAA tournament, man. LSU will definitely be a dangerous 3rd or 4th seed, whatever they ended up getting seeded by the committee. They will be very dangerous. But this game against Texas, I don't think, even with Morrow, a lot of people didn't expect them to win this game. Without Morrow and Michaela Williams in foul trouble, there was no shot. But this was a horrific game offensively. If you like offense, if you like points, if you like high-scoring games, this wasn't the one for you. Texas took the dub 56-49. They held LSU to 33.9% shooting, which was actually higher than Texas' 31.6% shooting. LSU also shot better from 3 at 25%, although Madison Booker nailed three three-pointers tonight, a career high for her, and she hit more than Texas as a team. They had none, and LSU combined. Texas big free throws. That was a big difference in this contest, truthfully, though. Like, regardless of anything, we'll talk about the turnovers because Texas had 18 of them. Like, we'll talk about that. But regardless of anything, the bad shooting was horrific. The difference, Texas made their free throws. Both teams got adequate trips to the line. Refing, some suspect calls for sure. There were some suspect calls. There were some blown calls on both sides for sure. But Texas went out there and hit 17 of 20 free throws, 85% from the line, which won them this game. Madison Booker and free throw shooting won Texas this game. LSU left many points at the line, as you can see right there, man. Like that, if they made all their free throws, they would have won the game tonight. That just tells you. It at least would have went into OT. At least it would have went to the OT. They probably would have won, but at least it would have went to OT if they hit all their free throws. 52.9% from the line. Without Aneesah Morrow, they get killed on the glass. It was Samaya Smith and Jersey Wolfenbarg out there fighting for their lives. And then Texas with 7 blocks. They had foul trouble of their own as well, but 18 turnovers from Texas. LSU started off the game pressuring the basketball really well. Like, the defense was good for LSU tonight. I got to give them credit. Outside of Madison Booker, they pretty much locked Texas up. But they did commit 26 fouls. Not really a winning recipe right there. Leading the way was Michaela Williams, who battled foul trouble but still played 33 minutes. She had 11 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, trying to do a little bit of everything, man. They had her in ISO, a lot of isolation buckets, not a whole lot of offense being ran, team offense in this contest, but she had 11. Miracle Shepherd was actually pretty solid in this game. She had 8 points, 1 assist, and 6 rebounds as well. She got the start also. Aneesah Morrow, before she went out with the injury, had 10 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. Samaya Smith with 7 big rebounds and did a solid job on Oldacre as well, again, for the second time. Last Terpoa chipped in 3 points. Kaylin Gilbert, really tough shooting night for her, but she finished with 5 points. Wolfenbarger, 3 points, 1 assist, grabbed 3 rebounds. Cheyenne Day Wilson, who had started majority of the season, came off the bench tonight. Jada Richard, 5 points in 8 minutes, man. She needs more PT. And Del Rosario Land, she had 6 rebounds as well. Or excuse me, she played 6 minutes, I should say. No rebounds, no assists, no points. Laid a goose egg. But yeah, man, like, honestly, I think that they definitely shouldn't hang their heads about this game. It was a really good defensive performance. The offense just wasn't there, man. This was a very low-scoring game, like season low for LSU and Texas for that matter, man. But Madison Booker with 25 points was the difference maker. Free throw shooting, and Madison Booker was out there getting active. She went 3 for 6 from the three-point line, shot over 50% tonight from the field. Taylor Jones also came up with some clutch buckets, 9.7 rebounds. But I tell you, Booker really looked like the SEC Player of the Year. I know I talked about Aneesah Morrow being robbed, but Booker absolutely looked like the SEC Player of the Year. She was the best player on the floor, hands down, when these two teams took the floor. Like, shout out to Madison Booker. She took over. She took no prisoners tonight. She was aggressive. She found the mid-range. She found her stroke from deep. She was moving off ball. Like, Madison Booker was the difference maker for Texas. She wielded them dang near single-handedly into the championship game. And now we get a round 3 South Carolina versus Texas. So that'll be exciting, man. For LSU, now they go back, they lick their wounds, they game plan, they see where they're, where they're going to be seated, what region, and how everything's going to go for their tournament future as far as the NCAA. They get healthy, they regroup, and they'll come back out healthy and strong and ready to make a run, in my opinion. At full strength, LSU is one of the most dangerous teams in the country, and I think we're going to see them come out with a chip on their shoulder. They're going to be hungry, they're going to feel doubted, they're going into this tournament as somewhat of an underdog role, and I think they're going to embrace that, and it's going to make them play harder. Kim Mulkey, it seems very happy as far as, having this roster intact, very content, very optimistic, I should say, more than happy, optimistic about this group being healthy and getting it done. She ain't playing around with them seedings. You know how the NCAA do. Hey, Florida State lost their coach, or they lost their quarterback that one year and gotten excluded from the playoffs. She let them know this is going to be LSU, the real LSU you've seen all year. So don't try to slide us. Like, we're going to be at full strength. So shout out to Aneesah Morrow, man, a warrior that is going to be ready to play. Flau'Jae, Big Four coming back for this group. I think the bench and some of these supporting cast players, they've tweaked the lineup. They got some valuable minutes and some experience, and hopefully it'll benefit them as a whole. We shall see. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff, and join our memberships. We got exclusive content daily, weekly, whenever you need it, and follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.